Alrighty, let's read the book now. Oh, the game even tells you that game loaded. Okay. Wait, what? Fanfare of the Faithful? Fanfare of the Faithful. As soon as the supplies of the festivities had been brought into the city, and the heralds had spread the news throughout the localities, the celebration began. Thousands of Calabresians took to the streets to hail their stalwart defenders. Trumpeters and drummers opened the procession, with the orders following behind. Crusader brethren, their gleaming steel and their banners flying high. First to come were the ever-bright Crusaders, the most virtuous and righteous of all Canabras defenders. So deep was their devotion that, when confronted with the shouted greetings and the glinting of adoring eyes, many of the knights began to pray, as though attempting to ward off sinful pride. Leading the contingent and flanked by higher-ranking Crusaders was the Order's commander, the esteemed Kiarkobelen, who was a father to his soldiers and a mentor to his recruits. Next came the Order of the Flaming Lance, those indefatigable persecutors of evil and vice, renowned for their doggedness and fortitude. A heavy shadow veiled the faces of those crusaders, who too often have witnessed the monstrous nightmares of the world wound, and who daily risk their very souls in service of the vulnerable and defenseless. Commander Miamir, famed for her scholarship and sagacity, marched with the Order's rank and file. The procession continued. The Crusader of the Order of the Sunrise Sword. At the sight of their banners, many in the crowd began singing songs and ballads composed long ago by the valiant souls of this order. The spark of inspiration that once breathed life into poetry and odes has grown among the members of this order into a blaze of righteous purpose, which has allowed it to wage war against the abyss with even greater success. Archus Striker led his order, nodding to the welcoming crowds. Also in evidence among the pennants of the orders were those of the Inquisitors, the followers of Prelad Hulrun, relentless witch hunters who devote their days and nights to punish traitors and heretics. Bringing up the rear of the parade, under the command of Irabeth Tirabaid, was the unassuming Eagle Watch, who apply their talents to sniffing out enemy spies in the city. The Eagle Watch was the humblest of all the orders in attendance, surpassed by all the rest in both size and splendor. Proceeding past the gates, the cavalcade made its way through the city streets to the Guard of Honor, waiting to greet the noble heroes along with Terendelev, herself in propria persona. Very interesting. So, book done. Loot. Feathers! We always find feathers. An altar of Desna, goddess of luck, patron deity of travelers and dreamers. Okay, I guess that's it.
Godspeed. That is quite a discovery.
Yet another obstacle.
Do not hold back.
You've crossed the wrong line.
Toss the world in crimson.
Let us press on.
Shooting into melee. Your character Camellia shoots at enemies engaged in melee combat. Yes. Area attack. Yes. I know. Judging by the size of the blood stain, the body of something truly enormous was dragged over these stones. Terendelev, most likely. What? Did they throw her down there? Rift in the earth left by the Scari's massive skithy. You and your companions fell through here during the attack. Ah, no, they dragged her away. Where did they drag her to? Oh dear, they have Terendelev's body. Please don't tell me they're going to try to resurrect the dragon. That would be problematic. I mean, demons with a dragon at their hand, that would be mighty problematic. Midnight Bolt. The owner of this bolt can shoot it to deal 50 points of damage that can't be ignored or reduced. This bolt cannot miss. What? Whoa, that's a very powerful bolt. Like, ridiculously powerful. What the heck?
Our path leads on.
It's hard to believe that this place recently held a bustling and festive market. What just happened? Day 17, month Arodos. 4715. The demon invasion transformed all of Kinabris into one great battlefield, but nowhere in the city suffered as much as this square. This place saw a clash of titans, the demon lord Descari leading his hordes from the abyss, and the dragon Terendelev, the mightiest of the city's defenders and one of the first to fall. The scene of destruction leaves no doubt as to the battle's outcome. A skilled scout could recreate the course of the battle moment by moment simply by looking at the ruins. The chimneys torn down by powerful wings in a sharp dive, to the bloody tracks left behind when the demon dragged away the noble reptile's broken body. But it is no hypothetical scout gazing upon the ruins. It is Morgraine, and he is not alone. The shadow of a strange, barely perceptible presence lingers over this place. Like a gaze untethered from any observer, this mysterious force unknown to mortal kind silently assesses, judges, and seeks a better way. In an instant, Morgraine is vested with this power and looks at the world with its eyes. The past, present, and future stand before him as a unified whole, an unmoving, multifaceted crystal that would be beautiful were it not for the fractures, blemishes, and flecks marring its splendor. What future does he see? Good and evil. Everything is in its lawful place in the multiverse and is no longer trespassing where it does not belong. Nothing is disrupting the smooth and steady current of the river of souls from life into death and back to life again. The reality, rid of its flaws, is now perfect, and the eons withdraw to eternally admire its beauty, which will never be threatened again. The River of Souls is the name given to the constant migration of mortal souls from the material plane to Pharasma's boneyard, the outer sphere, where they are judged and sent to their eternal fate. On the astral plane, the River of Souls resembles a massive, winding silver thread. Those who approach can see the countless souls moving through the silver haze like so many schools of fish. The esoteric tradition considers the River of Souls to be a ley line, and simply one part of the multiverse's network of magical pathways. Eons, beyond passion, beyond mercy, beyond reason, the faceless caretakers of reality toil without end, silently struggling to preserve the tenuous balance upon which all existence depends. These voiceless forces are the eons, inscrutable shapers and eliminators of the multiverse. They exist beyond the understanding of most mortals, endlessly striving toward goals unfathomable even to many of the planes of the oldest inhabitants. Aeons build order from the chaos of the maelstrom, seed new life upon barren worlds, and halt the rampages of forces grown overbold. They rend nations to vapor, dismantle planets into cosmic dust, and pave the way for calamities. Aeons embody the plane-spanning hand of a metaphorical omnipotent clockmaker, endlessly tuning and adjusting the myriad gears of reality in pursuit of ultimate perfection. This reminds me kind of Q in Star Trek and the Celestials in the MCU. What present does he see? Ruins, blood, corpses. None of this perturbs the Aeon's dispasing gaze. The living are alive, the dead will be judged by Pharasma, the Lady of Graves, the Mother of Souls, the Grey Lady. All is as it should be, but the demons circling in the sky or prowling through the streets create a jarring juxtaposition, like splashes of blood-red ink on a restrained pencil sketch. They should not be here. The world of mortals is for mortals. The demon's place is in the demon world. How sublime the world would be if everything in it knew its place. But even the demons aren't as abhorrent as the sharp-edged, unassuming crystal languishing in the dirt, among the bricks and smashed cobblestones. No mortal would notice it, but to the Aeon's eyes its mere existence is an outrage against universal laws. If the Aeon still existed, they would not stop until the crystal was unmade. But the Aeon is gone, and only their gaze remains. Morgraine picks the crystal up out of the dirt and stows it in his pocket. He is mortal, which means he has the power to decide what to do with it. Item received, purple stone knife. And what past does he see? In the past exists the only one who wielded this gaze and life. Although the one and life are inapposite terms for aeons, the supernatural embodiments of cosmic balance. Rather than who or what, a better word for these entities is how. This aeon appeared from outside this world, from the great beyond, to put an end to the intermingling of the planes and destroy the world wound, a chasm disrupting the order of the multiverse. The great beyond is a term that encompasses all the planes of existence that make up the known multiverse. These realities beyond our reality are the domain of the gods, and are home to non-godly powers fit for worship, planar dragons, and entirely alien races. Alas, the visitor from beyond proved too weak for the battle they came to fight. They even failed to finish casting the spell that would have sent Descari back to the abyss. Wait, there's an Aeon and he failed? That's not good. With one swing of his skithy, the Demon Lord cut the Aeon down. After allowing the hero to view the world through their eyes, the little that remained of the destroyed Aeon. Is killed even appropriate here for an entity that is so removed from life and death as we understand them? Used up its last vestiges of energy. Now they are ready to disperse into nothingness, unless someone decides to preserve the Aeons within themselves. Will the hero take on this power, so that he may again look at the world through another's eyes, or will he allow it to vanish? Of course we're going to retain the Aeon's power within ourselves via the mythic path. The spirit of the Aeon dwells out of sight, deep in Morgraine's soul, like a pair of magical spectacles stowed away until the moment when the hero once again needs to look at the world through another's eyes. Well, hello there. So that was the tower. Dear. Okay.
I will guide us.
Ranger, I am the answer, but what is the question, huh?
Godspeed.
Should we follow him? We have to return anyway. If he goes anywhere, we're going to see that. Oh, Ansi Tiefling. Watch it, watch it! What are you goons doing? You'll bloody crush me. A young Tiefling lies trapped in a collapsed section of tunnels. Another two Tieflings scramble around, trying in vain to free him from the rubble. The demons still haven't entirely broken through the defenses of Cannabis, but time is running out. Quit whining. Alarm! Someone's coming! Maybe he will help us. Ah, wise up, would you, before you get us killed. Let's make a run for it while we still can. No! Come on, don't leave me. I'll die here. Ah, we'll help out from under the rubble. You easily clear the rubble and free the trapped Tiefling. You performed a good action. I'm alive! And all in one piece, give or take. Oh, thank you. I'll remember your kindness for the rest of my life. The freed Tiefling turns to his companion. And you two clowns. I don't want to hear a word out of you. Get into the tunnel now. One trip, just to the Grey Garrison and back. Don't be a coward. It's not going to collapse. Go. Well, if we came all this way for nothing. That ended well, didn't it? Psst. But now. Talk later. The Tiefling eyes you and elbows his chatty companion in the ribs, causing him to double over in pain. Sounds very suspicious to me. Come clean. Who are you? Alright, don't hurt us, yeah? People call us the Tiefling. Well, we kinda skirt around the edges of the law. That's how we make our living. Say, some tyrant bans books that show stuff he don't like, or fancy Keonin wine he don't drink. Is it wrong if we step in to fill the gap in the market? If there's a demand for it, someone's got to sell it. The homeland of the elven race on Golarion, Keonin, was almost completely evacuated by the elves just before the fall of the Starstone. They only recently, by elven standards, returned to Golarion. We read that before. Don't go thinking we're gangsters or anything. Our only concern is making... Oh, we found a secret entrance. Is making the lives of citizens easier for a little coin. People in this city can't even breathe without breaking some stupid regulation or restriction. Take this tunnel that collapsed on top of our friend, for instance. It leads straight to the Grey Garrison. Thanks to it, and any soldier whose throat feeling a little dry or who's needing some nighttime reading material, we can get all the things for him that his heartless superiors refuse to. You're providing a public service. I helped you. Now you can help me and Commander Tirabay to save Kenabres. The militia needs people with various skills, even ones as unusual as yours. You what? Are you blind or something? The Tiefling points at his horns and his tail. Know what people call us? Arelu's Spawn. That's one of the nicer nicknames. Crusaders and Tieflings don't mix. We'll be torched on sight. Arelu Vorlesh. Few names arouse as much rage among Crusaders as that of Arelu Vorlesh, the Sarkorian witch who initiated the opening of the world wound and later its expansion. Almost nothing is known about her life before the atrocity, except that Vorlesh was condemned for using arcane magic, which was persecuted in Sarkoris and imprisoned in the Tower of Threshold near the city of Iz. This is where Arelu Vorlesh conducted the ritual that paved the way for the demonic invasion and left her land to be tormented by the demon lord Deskari. By some mysterious means, the witch transformed herself, changing from an ordinary human into a half-demon. Over the following century, Crusaders encountered Ahilu Vorlesh or the results of her experiments a few times, but they learned nothing more of Deskari's henchwoman. She holds a higher position in the ranks of the Army of the Abyss, and bears the title of Architect of the World Wound. Whoa. Tirabade? Irabeth Tirabade from the Eel Watch? Lads, we have to help her. She's one of the only big shots in this town that actually treats us with any decency. Why should we risk our necks for the Crusaders? Because Irabeth risked her neck for ours. She saved me from that creep Hurun, yanked me straight out his torture chamber. Only a worthless Turek would refuse to help her out after that. I'm not listening to any more of this. The tiefling makes a show of covering his ears. You do what you want. I'm heading for the River Kingdoms. Go on then. I'm going with the Crusaders, and I'm going to round up the others to help. The tiefling smirks. We've made some good money in the city. It'd be a shame to surrender our meal ticket to the demons, but enough yammering. So long. Tiefling have joined the Crusaders. Perfect. Then we found a secret passage. Let's see if we find anything else.
Not an option.
Despite all the city's troubles, the statue of Eomide towers proudly over the street.
Our path leads on.
Climb down. Huh? So there's another portion of the city, or what?
The mongrel did it.
I will guide us.
They will break against our resolve.
Here. Whoa, hello there. See invisibility.
Strike as one.
Maybe we shouldn't send her in melee combat. She's going to be the old bow woman now.
I will help where I can.
Godspeed.
Save the last one for me. Too late for apologies.
Into the fray!
Continue fighting.
Endure this.
The light take you!
We'll make things
We shall overcome! Let us press on.
The heartbeat quickens.
Do not hold back. The deed is done.
Piece of a holy symbol. This item bears a trace of lost power. It seems you found a shard of a destroyed artifact. If you find all of the fragments, an artisan with enough skill could restore it for you. Ooh, nice. Signet of House Vespertilio. Once per day, the owner of this token can choose any skill and drop this token to get a +5 circumstance bonus to the chosen skill checks for 1 hour. Oh, 4,000 coins. Oh, that's a very powerful item. Hello there. Crusader Berenger's letter home. Shin, beloved brother of mine. For the first time in recent weeks, I found few spare minutes to write a message for you, friends and family. Your restless brother Berenger is not dead and gone. Quite the opposite. I'm alive and well, and glad this chance I've gotten. By joining the Crusader ranks, I've truly found my place for the very first time. Can you imagine that? I can already hear your disapproving retort. Berenger, that scoundrel. He now thinks himself a hero. But, believe it or not, these days my intentions are further from any esteemed titles or glory than ever before. I joined the Crusaders out of boredom, out of horrible melancholy that clouded my mind and filled it with dark thoughts, but for some reason, a slacker and a drunk, such as I, who has done nothing worthwhile in his whole life, happened to gain the favor of the resplendent Yomide. Resplendent? I'm not sure if I read that word before. On the 15th day of battle, surrounded by her loyal devotees, stained up to my elbows in demon blood, I gave in to my comrades' influence and offered a prayer to the Inheritor, and my prayers were answered. From that day... Wait, what? From that day onward, I was not just a crusader. I was a paladin of Yomide. That's quite good. Able to smite abyssal monsters with a power lent to me by the divine. Will you even recognize me, Shin? Should I return home? I've changed. I can feel it deep down myself. Yomide herself gave my life purpose. She offered me a weapon to slay the enemies of Golarion. By the Inheritor's name, I will not betray her trust. Please, send my heartfelt regards to our poor mother and show her this letter. Visit Father's grave for me and never forget about me. They are sounding the horns again, demons spotted. Be well, Shin. May Yomide's blessing be with you. Your brother, Berenguer.